Well, thank you so much, Carly, for being with me. I appreciate
Yeah.
your time very much.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So who do I have here with me today?
I am Carley Regan. I was born and raised in Lakeland, and I just graduated from Florida Southern College in May.
Florida Southern, a brand new student.
Yep.
And you're from Lakeland.
From
You
Lakeland.
grew up in Lakeland.
Yep.
What high school?
George Jenkins High School.
You went to George Jenkins.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And what did you study over at Florida Southern?
I studied business administration.
Business administration, yeah.
I actually went to Gainesville for 3 years out of high school, and I decided to come back to Lakeland.
Oh, okay.
To finish off in Lakeland because,
So you did do some up at Gainesville?
I did. I decided, maybe right out of high school would be good to kind of go see somewhere other than Lakeland, and somehow I still managed to come back to Lakeland.
Well, nothing wrong with that. Lakeland's a good place.
Right.
My father-in-law is up in Gainesville. Father and mother-in-law are up there, and they love Gainesville. Yeah. I mean, literally, the exit, you got Gainesville, and then the very next exit is where they get off, and that's where they're at.
Really?
They love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
I loved it there. But...
So you studied business administration.
Yep.
You did some up at Gainesville, and then you come back to Florida Southern.
Yep.
And then you started your career where?
I started my career in October with Rita Staffing as an intern, and I went full-time in May after I had graduated.
Rita Staffing. That's who's celebrating their
50th year this year in business.
Years.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And is the owner still there?
Yeah. The owner still comes to work every morning.
He does.
He does. 7 a.m.
What's his name?
The first one there. Jim DeVault.
Jim DeVault.
Yeah.
Because I went to you invited me.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. You invited me over there to their thing, and I wanted to meet him, but he had already gone or whatever. I missed him, unfortunately. So you interned there.
I did intern there.
And what was that like?
It was, at first it was a little intimidating. It was my first big girl job, so, I kind of just, I went from Publix to that, and it was like, okay, so this is what like a real person
That's what a real job is. Man, I tried to get on Publix twice.
Really?
I had 2 interviews. They would not. Wasn't the right person or whatever, but I wanted to get on Publix.
They're tough. But so I started my godmom. Has been at Rita for, I think she's celebrating her 27th or 28th year this year.
Wow.
And I actually, they had a Rita Staffing picnic way, way back in the day. I think I was 1 year old, and there's a picture of me and her sitting at the Rita Staffing picnic. Are you serious?
Yep. Wow.
So I've grown up around Rita my whole life, so I'm very thankful that they have given me the opportunity to work there.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Not even knowing that this may be it.
Right, I had no idea.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, and you just starting there. What all kind of services does Rita Staffing offer?
So we offer, we specialize in staffing professional level jobs. We staff light industrial, which is like warehouse, distribution centers, all that. And we also do clerical, which is like your administrative assistants, accounting, and all that stuff. And we also have an IT division over in Tampa called Rita Tech.
And it's all temporary, basically, or
no? So we have there's temporaries for just like special projects. We have temp to hire, and we also have a direct hire option. So it just depends on what the client is looking for. Like say it's they have this huge project happening over the next 3 months, and they're like, hey, we need 200 people. Can you send out 200 people? I mean, we're working, we're calling, we're interviewing, and we're sending out those 200 people.
My wife, she's from Plant City. Mm-hmm. And I told her that I was going to go to that 50th anniversary. And she said, Rita was, I think, the first job she ever had.
Really?
And she went back to them 2 other times, she said. Mm-hmm. So I know they've been around.
Oh, yeah.
And my wife said, make sure you say something, because I did, because she benefited from it.
Yeah.
And it helps the community, especially if you just need a job. You go out there, you fill it out, and they interview.
And the thing is,
streamlines it.
People they think oh, this is just a job for them. It's there every day. But in reality, we're changing people's lives. And I feel like that's pretty important because, your whole life can change in a day. You wake up, say you had lost your job last week. You need a job, you call us, and we get you a job that week. Your life's changed just like that.
And where all do they serve?
We serve all across Central Florida, so we have 2 offices in Lakeland, 1 south, 1 north. We have an office in Winter Haven and an office in Plant City.
Fantastic. Yeah. And they've done some stuff in the community as well. Are you familiar with any of the things that they do in the community?
So I personally go and volunteer through Emerge. with them as well. Yep.
Okay.
So and we'll go out and we'll do like resume workshops at the schools, and kind of do like mock interviews and how to prepare for an interview. That way, if it's a kid coming out of high school, they know going through college, and or if they're coming out of college and they're looking for that job, we kind of help them, figure out what they need to do and, work on their resume if they need to work on their resume, or do this for an interview, and like, don't wear that to an interview, or wear this.
That's right. Absolutely. What it takes to be professional. And
right.
And unfortunately, you got the next guy, you got to get the job better than him sometimes.
Right.
You got to be on top.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. When I was in the 9th grade, and that's a long time ago, but back then we had a class where they taught us how to fill out an application. And it was the old paper, and you had to fill out your application. This is how you do it. And then you put your references here and all that.
Well,
so
we had actually, I wasn't there, granted, 50 years ago, but I know that we had started off with the paper. So, you come into our office, fill out the application paper, and then you're handing it to the recruiter, and they're interviewing you right then and there. And everything was done on paper for years.
Yep.
And eventually the computers came along.
That's right.
Now the whole world is full of tech.
You can find out anything you want on a computer.
Yep.
You'll probably find my first job, or my wife's first job. Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So he's been around for 50 years in the computer. Is he from Lakeland?
I want to say yes. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. And how many people do they have? I forgot her name. She said she's been like 26 years.
Was it Donna or was it Lisa Greer?
Lisa Greer.
That's my godmom.
That is?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I was talking about. Had to take me to the picnic, and she's the one who introduced me, and I've known my bosses for, years. We grew up, their kids grew up with me. Like, we'd always go to, like, amusement parks, or, I was always around them growing up. So it's nice, because it's not like, to me, it's not like a work environment. It's like a family environment.
You get paid to be around friends and do things.
You're always laughing. You're always having a good time. And it's nice to know, like, you're with a company that cares for their employees.
Yeah.
You're just not another person there. Like,
there's not a lot of those around anymore.
Exactly.
There really isn't.
Yeah.
So I understand that they've had a couple of celebrations on the 50, and they got a couple more. Which ones are they having in the near future?
So we had our Winter Haven celebration last month. We had just had our South Lakeland ribbon cutting that you attended last week. Yeah, last week. We have our Plant City ribbon cutting happening next month. I want to say it's like mid-October, I think. Don't remember the exact date. And we're also having another one in January in our South Lakeland office again. That way, if you weren't able to make it out, we're going to have another one.
Well, that's fantastic. Yep. And so what do you do on your time off?
So my time off, I hang out with some friends. I like to go golfing. Golfer. Yep, I'm a golfer. I like to wakeboard. I'm really big on like water sports and stuff like that.
Being from the
there's lakes around every corner here.
That's right.
You can't drive on the road.
Have you ever been over there on that lake at Florida Southern?
Yes, I have.
You have? Have you skied or
wakeboarded?
You wakeboarded?
I can't ski.
You can't.
I can't ski.
Waterboard. Oh wow! Because I've seen that. You see that ramp, and you see people going through there.
Yeah, I'm not that.
No, I've always wanted to do that. I'll never do it, but it's really nice. It's nice to have that right then and there.
Oh, yeah. Now that football season started, I've been watching. You'll see me Saturdays and Sundays sitting in front of a TV watching football.
Oh, what are you a fan of?
Florida Gators.
Oh, I should have known that.
And believe it or not, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I know.
I wish you'd told me that before I started this interview. Oh my gosh.
I get the same initial reaction every time. But I don't know. I had grown up watching Steelers football because my stepdad had introduced me to them when I was like 6. So, every Sunday we're sitting there watching Pittsburgh Steelers every Sunday.
Jeez, man. Well, I'll just tell you, I'm a Charger.
Oh, no.
I'm a Charger. And 94, 95, we beat them. The next year they beat us.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. No, I'm just kidding.
They're having a rocky season.
So the Chargers. We lost 0-2. Both of ours are so close.
We play tonight, so we'll see if we're going to have 0-2 or 1-1.
I went to the USF Alabama game Saturday.
Yeah, I saw that. USF almost,
it was fair
Alabama's
at the beginning.
Not doing as good as they want.
Then the storm came, ran. I've never seen so much water.
Really?
We had our feet in that much water at the stadium.
You're kidding.
I did not know it was going to be backed up. Yeah, but
Wow.
everybody got drenched.
Oh, I figured. You're going to a game in Florida.
Yeah,
During
it's
the
gonna
summertime,
rain.
you're
Stick
bound.
around. It's
You're
gonna
bound to
change.
get
That's
rained
right.
on, yeah.
So, are you going to stay at Rita? Are you looking for the future? Going for a master's? Anything in your future that you're shooting for?
For now, I do want to stay at Rita. Eventually, I may go back to school and get my master's, but obviously, I'll still work at Rita and kind of just do the nighttime class for my master's. But at first, I was like, I don't really want to get my master's. But now that I'm out of school, I'm like, I feel like, what am I gonna do now? Like, it's so weird not coming home and having to do homework or having to go to class or
Do you have any entrepreneurial spirit in you?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. If I can just think of something.
What you got that degree in?
Yeah.
You can use it for them and for you.
Exactly.
There's no limit.
Yeah. But
I mean, you could be a wakeboard designer. You could come
I
up
don't
with
know about that.
a logo.
I could come up with a logo.
And put your name on wakeboards.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't do because that's all I did. Start with an idea, and you start moving up, enjoying it.
Yeah.
Was it Tony Hawk?
Yeah, Tony Hawk. Yeah.
He does a skateboard.
Yep.
Are there big names in wakeboards right now?
There's there's Liquid Force, and there's another big one, and I can't think.
So there are a couple big ones.
Yeah, there's a couple big ones.
Yeah, you could come up with one for Florida Southern or
yeah, I could.
Or Carley or anything you can imagine.
Maybe some golf clubs or a cool golf ball or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking to a couple different people right now. Mm-hmm. In fact, I just had Lexi Thompson.
Okay.
I asked her, she's on Cameo, and I asked her, hey, what do you do? And she did a little cameo for me, you know.
Really?
So you can do anything, isn't it? I'll give you a couple of hats, and you can wear the hats and get my name out there.
I will, yeah.
I'd be happy to give them to you.
Absolutely. I'd love to get you some brand recognition, yeah.
So, ritastaffing.com.
Yep, www.ritastaffing.com. So you go on there if you're an employer looking to
if you need positions
filled, we have the employer requests. You just go on there, type your business, your name, your email, kind of let us know what you're looking for, and I mean, we call you like right away because it goes right to our emails.
Okay.
And then if you're an applicant, we have the application. I think you go on there, import your resume, and just send it off. And
as little as just a couple hours, and if you just want a couple hours a week, doesn't matter.
Well, most of our jobs are full-time positions.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, we have a couple part-time, but most of them are full-time positions.
Okay, so whether you're an employer looking for employees or an employee looking for work, go to ritastaffing.com.
Go to ritastaffing.com, and it's all right there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, pretty easy to get to.
Thank you so very much, Carley. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.